Hello again, everybody. My last two videos, for some bizarre reason, went absolutely mad. The YouTube algorithm seemed to recommend them, and as a result, I have picked up a few new subscribers recently. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome. So, what I thought I'd do today is I'd just talk a little bit about what it is I do and show you me doing it. So I do two things really on this channel. One is that I try to talk about the very basics of ant keeping, all the very simple stuff that a lot of new beginners to this hobby ask these questions, and perhaps more established channels have moved on to exotic species and more complicated stuff, and they don't get the answers to those very basic questions that they're looking for. So I try to answer those type of questions. And the other thing that I do is I try to sing the praises of simple ant keeping or basic ant keeping, in that you know, a lot again of these other YouTubers, and I've nothing against them, I've said this before, what they do is absolutely brilliant and I subscribe to a lot of them, but they go off into exotic species. And I know that a lot of you out there have got parents or partners who perhaps won't be letting you turn an entire room into an ant room, having temperature controlled pods and all this type of stuff, and you just want to keep basic ants. So the other thing that I do is I sing the praises of what I consider to be probably one of the best ant species out there. They are absolutely amazing, and that is Lasius niger. I love these girls. I've said it before. They are just amazing. I spend hours watching them, and they are always active. They're always up to something. Um, I've said before that one of my ethoses to keeping them is to have them a busy, complicated outworld, which you've been watching for the last couple of minutes, so that I can see them running up and down these sticks and across all these rocks and everything. And it's really fun. Just sometimes I will sit and watch them running around these obstacles in the outworld. And it's just really relaxing and therapeutic. And the thing about Lasius niger is that there will always be workers running around the outworld. Once you've got to, I don't know, 20, 30 workers, there will always be at least one. And the bigger they get, the more there are. They just love exploring, love running around. Which is why this year I've set them up with a load of little obstacles and things. So this is the string down to the bottle top that I've got hanging off the string. And yes, I've turned the camera sideways, so this is not horizontal like it looks here. This is a vertical string, and they've got to go down it to get to this suspended bottle top. And that's one of the little places that I really love watching them going up and down the string, navigating this. And then the other thing that I've done this year is that I've connected one larger outworld to a smaller outworld via quite a lengthy piece of pipe. It's probably about a meter long, and it coils round the setup and comes back in again from the other side. And that means that they have to run this pipe to get to the second outworld. And I put a lot of sugar, I put a lot of their sugar in the second outworld, effectively forcing them to run this pipe, but it doesn't need much forcing. They absolutely love it. They really enjoy going up and down the pipe. And this is the hole from the pipe into the smaller outworld where I put the sugar just after I'd put another chunk of apple in a couple of days ago. You can see the level of activity. And I've said this before in a lot of my previous videos. I love watching sort of narrow entrances, either the holes where they come in and out, or little corners or hole or doorways in their formicarium. And I love watching this level of backwards and forwards activity and the little trails they make. In fact, actually, at the hole out of their nest into their main outworld, they've now actually worn a little trail in the sand. So there's a path worn through the sand. And again, I feed my ants regularly, like almost every couple of days, if not daily, and I don't feed them very much. I don't like to go for these feeder things that people have where they give them constant tubes of sugar, because where's the fun? I love putting new food in like that apple and watching them go mad. So anyway, when I was in the supermarket, I saw this stuff, organic date syrup, and I thought, I wonder if the ants would like this. This is another thing I do. I play with them. I see what they do and do not eat. It says it's good on the back. It's natural. It's plant-based. It's got a lot of sugar in it, 62 grams out of every 100 grams. So I thought, rightio. So this is how I feed them. Little tiny dots. If I want to feed more, I put more dots so that they don't get stuck in it. And what I'd done is I just fed them some agave syrup, and they'd polished it all off. So I knew they weren't like absolutely desperate for sugar because they've just had some. And I put in the date syrup, and this was the result. We don't like date syrup, and we're not going to eat date syrup. Give us something else. We don't want this. You could see them. They actually, sometimes they dip their mouths in and try it and then pull their heads away like, nope, not eating that. And right at the very end here, just to test that it wasn't just that they were full and that they didn't actually want any more food, I took the date syrup back out and put some more agave syrup in to see what their reaction to that would be. And as you'll see with the pictures in a second, when the lighter agave syrup goes in, they in fact do go wild for that. And yes, they were still hungry, they were still prepared to eat, and date syrup was not going to be on the menu. So yeah, that's the channel. That's what I'm all about. That's what I do. I keep simple ants, basic ants in basic setups, and just try to make it as fun as possible. I try to make it fun for you guys when you're watching it, and I try to give people ideas on how you can keep ants in a very basic way and still have a really good time, and they're really fun to watch. Thank you for watching, everybody. Until next time. And if you're interested, I'll leave the film running for a bit here. You can watch them all start to swarm in on this agave syrup if you want to. Until next time, goodbye, everyone.